Yeah, with Epic 2014, a lot of people read it as a pure dystopia. But at the beginning of it, we said, this is the best of times, this is the worst of times. And we meant both. I think that there's a lot to celebrate in the developments of the recent few years in journalism, as well as a lot to be really cautious about and a lot to, frankly, worry about. I think that our opportunity at this moment is to really try to expand the former and to try to diminish the latter. Expand the universe of what we can be excited about and diminish the universe of what worries us. But I would say that the central thing you got to understand about Epic is that it was not intended really to be a depiction of the future as much as it was, even at the time of its creation, intended to be a depiction of the present. We had been speaking to different audiences at the Poynter Institute. When we created Epic, we'd been speaking to editors, to reporters, to journalism educators, to students, about the changes that we saw happening in media at that time, and how important they were, how integral they were to the work that journalists were doing. And it just wasn't connecting. That message that, check out what's happening with Friendster, or, keep an eye on what's going on with MySpace, with Flickr, with all of these services, with Google, so the moves that it's taking on the web, with Amazon and what it's learning about content promotion and discovery. Keep an eye on all of this because it relates to your world. We were trying to pitch that message, but it really wasn't connecting. So we realized that we had to sell the message in a different way. We told the story not of this is what's happening, but here's what will happen. And that future frame, I got to tell you, just hooked a lot more folks. When we painted it as a dystopic vision of the future rather than an analysis of the present and how these forces were coming together, people sat up and paid attention. I think it demonstrates the power of narrative. It demonstrates the power of a particular story frame to really spread something. But I think it also means that, it also demonstrates that when you have a root understanding of the fundamental processes at work, it can feel a lot like prescience. It can feel a lot like you can predict the future. When really, I think what we really got was the present.